You are listening to the Boss Experience Podcast, a podcast with conversations about business growth, self-development, and maintaining a mindset to achieve business success. My name is Michele Davis, and I am a business strategist and coach, and I am your host. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of The Boss Experience, the podcast that helps you turn your expertise into an online coaching business that replaces your 9-to-5 income. My name is Michele Davis, and I'm your host. And in today's episode, I'm talking about marketing misconceptions that leave online coaches and consultants broke.
Starting a business is easy. Making money from your business is the hard part. The only way to launch a profitable business is to have a plan, direction, and one source of information that gives you everything you need to get started. So what if I told you that a blueprint exists that can take you from finding a business idea you love to launching a profitable online business? Without an email list, a big social media following, or wasting your time scouring the internet trying to put the pieces together. Get the only source you need to launch your profitable business today.
Just visit bossbusinessplanner.com to get yours today. Now back to the episode. There's several steps in terms of where your prospective client may be mentally in regards to their struggles and their problems and their urgency to resolve their issues, and actually pulling out their credit card and making a purchasing decision. And so it's so important that you have a process in place so that you can build trust, you can build rapport. What ends up happening with a lot of what people do online, and it's not even a strategy, it's like tactics. Their tactic may be to DM 50 people about their program, and these 50 people have never heard of them, don't have a connection with them. And so why would they do business with them? And most of the time, you haven't even established that this person even remotely resembles your ideal client, because you haven't sat down and figured out who your ideal client actually is. And so in this episode, I want to just tackle the 5 misconceptions people have when it comes down to marketing. And these misconceptions are leaving so many online coaches and consultants broke. So let's get to it. The first misconception is you wave a magic wand and clients magically enroll with you. And that just doesn't happen. People think that, posting on social media once a week or a few times a week, or just posting on social media alone is enough to get you clients. You shouldn't engage in any marketing activity until you establish the plan, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, how often you're going to do it, and how you're going to measure it. If you're just randomly engaging in activities and you don't know whether those activities are actually bringing you any clients, are they bringing you leads? How are these activities helping your business? You're just aimlessly engaging in activities. And so many people do things where they're just, on social media, they're doing the lives, they're doing everything that everyone has told them to do, and nothing's happening, and they don't know why. And so I'm here to tell you why it's not happening is because you don't have a plan. You haven't laid out a strategy about what you're doing and how to do it. Simply putting yourself out there and being in front of people is only part of a marketing plan. There's so many other elements. You need to really sit back, think about what your plan is, and implement it in your business and monitor what's happening and tweak it as needed. The next misconception is that marketing is one size fits all. You have a lot of people that will take what they believe is this person's entire marketing strategy, and they'll try and do the same thing that they're doing. And it doesn't work for them because they don't know what went on in the back end. You don't know, what that person's budget is. You don't know the back end efforts, the back end elements. You don't know how they're targeting their people. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes to be able to replicate someone else's results. So that's why it's super important that you establish what's going to work in your business. And that's what you implement, because looking at someone else who may be doing the same thing they have a different audience. Maybe they have a more established audience. Maybe they're working with a different budget than you. You need to establish your plan and what's going to work for your business. Okay, the next misconception is marketing to everyone. This is where a lot of online coaches and consultants and other service providers lose time and money because they don't sit down and they don't establish who their services are for, and they don't think about who is their ideal client. Your ideal client is not everyone. So if you're an online coach or consultant and you're not bringing any sales, you want to sit down and you want to dissect your entire process, and look at everything you're doing from A to Z so that you can figure out, what you need to do to get clients in your business, because without clients, you don't have a business, and you'll actually soon be out of business if you can't actually master the process of getting leads and being able to turn those leads into clients. Marketing to the masses is not a marketing plan. You need to have a clear focus on who your ideal client is. And it's really about focusing on that transformation that you provide or that solution that you offer through your programs and services. And so everyone is not going to need what you have to offer. Look at who best benefits from what you have to offer, and you develop your messaging accordingly. Okay, the next misconception is forgetting that people need to trust you and they need to like you to do business with you. That's why it's so important to have a process so that you're taking people on a journey to build that trust. And you have to think of it as a relationship. So when you meet someone, you don't say, hey, marry me the first time you meet them. Yet that's what we do in our marketing. We reach out to people for the first time, not knowing if our product or service is actually something that they need, want, or urgently desire. And we pitch the service in these cold DMs. And that's why that process is so ineffective when you talk about bringing in a pipeline of client leads. So you need to get in the habit of having a process within your business that allows clients to build the trust and rapport they need to actually pull out their credit card and know that they're going to get their problem solved by working with you. And the best way to build trust is making sure there's several steps in between when they first become aware of you and when you're asking them to buy. Throughout those steps, showcase your expertise. Tell them the transformation you can offer. And with each step, make sure it's a step that's bringing them closer to you in terms of spending more time with you, spending more time with your content. This doesn't have to be all one-on-one. It can be where you automate your business, and that way you have these things working for you in the background so that all you have to do is come in when it's time to ask for the sale. And that way you save time. You get to take people through a process without feeling burned out in your business. And when you take the time to build trust, people are more likely to do business with you and to sign on with you than you randomly sending them DMs or asking them to buy without them feeling like they even know you or know how you can add value to their life. And the fifth misconception is that people that don't buy from you the first time have no value. Now, unfortunately, a lot of online entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants think that their sole role is to close the client the first time they ask them to buy from them. Once the client says no, they don't have a process in place to really build a relationship after that. And I've seen this over and over and over again in so many different industries. Everything from real estate agents to online coaches and consultants. I've seen it with, the brick and mortar businesses. What's happening is they're losing revenue because when people first learn about you, they may not be fully aware or fully feeling like they need what it is you have to offer. When you allow that person to walk away and you don't engage them and you don't make any effort to stay top of mind for that person, when they are ready to buy, they're going to buy from someone else. And so you want to make sure that you are focused on building relationships with people so that you can be the top of mind person they think about when they need your product or service. And so that's a wrap for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd appreciate it if this content resonated with you, for you to leave me a review wherever you're watching or listening to this episode, and to hit the subscribe button so that you know each time a new episode releases. I release new episodes of the Boss Experience podcast every Tuesday. And so I'm super excited that you joined me today for this episode, and I can't wait for you to join me for a future episode of the Boss Experience podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you visit bossbusinessplanner.com to grab the Expert Business Launch Planner. Take care. Be well. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to the Boss Experience podcast. Don't forget to leave a review for this episode and tune in next time.